Hey everyone, this is day 2 of my Road to 2100 and I'm rated right now 2011. Let's play another 15-minute game. Okay, we got a game against the 2041 National Master. Okay, we're gonna play the Carl Khan defense. Wow, National Master. Okay, let's go. Advanced, we're gonna play the classical variation. I'm not gonna go for a c5. Okay, now why is it lagging? Okay, we're gonna play h6 and then he's gonna try to go for the move g4, bishop e4, f3, bishop h7, and then he's gonna try to strike with the move e6. But if g4, I do have an option to get back to c8 so that he will never have this push e6. Even though that the theory goes bishop e4, f3, bishop h7, and then e6, queen d6, and after pawn takes, king takes. I think I'm going to get into a trouble because I'm not familiar with the theory, so maybe just bishop c8. Yes, I'm undeveloping, and I'm also allowing f4, so I don't know. Bishop e4, f3, bishop h7, e6, takes. That's gonna bishop d3, and after bishop takes, queen takes, is gonna get in here with a check. Well, it looks like I'm gonna I have to get into this because I never played bishop c8. Now he's gonna play e6. Now the top move is queen d6. Why? I have no idea. But the best move after e6 is to play queen d6, pawn takes, king takes, and then he's gonna try to move the knight. My computer is exploding. So the top move is e6. If he did not play e6, I think he's blundering, because if he played bishop d3 first, then bishop takes, and after queen takes, I play e6, and what? Oh my god, are you hearing my computer? It's gonna freaking go crazy right now. That is wrong. That is a wrong move, h5. Are you a national master, or what is that? He was supposed to play e6. Okay, thank you for the opportunity to allow me to play e6, and now he didn't ruin my pawn structure, and he's gonna play bishop d3, which of course I will take. But I'm guessing, well, of course I have to take, because, yeah. Now maybe he's aiming to play this, but of course I can just take. I can play bishop e7, try to go for f6, and after takes I can take with the knight maybe. c5 is also fine. Knight e7, bishop e7. I think bishop e7 is fine because if any push I can just take, and when he takes with the bishop I can take back with the queen. So I think that bishop e7 is nice, even though my knight is not really developed, but it's okay. We're gonna play f6, we're gonna try to take, and then we're gonna try to put a knight on f6. Yeah, and also knight d7, trying to go for the move c5. Yeah, a lot of good stuff here. He had an opportunity to play e6, which is the best move, and actually the move that gets me into a lot of trouble because I don't know how to reply to it. I know the theory is to play queen d6, but after he takes and I take with the king, I don't know how to deal with it. But luckily he played h5, which is something I never seen before, and now what I'm actually threatening, I'm threatening a check. If you want to take me, thank you so much for the rook, and if you don't want to take me, your king will be stuck in the center of the board, and then I'm gonna get back, not to get myself trapped or something like that. So, yeah, I don't know, that's crazy. That's weird. And we're gonna get, oh, yeah, bishop e3 to reply to bishop h4 check with bishop f2, bishop takes, king takes, and then I play f6, and after he takes, I take with the knight, and maybe I can put a rook here on the same file as the king. So, and I mean, my bishop is good, especially after he has here all light square pawns, so my bishop will be very strong. So after bishop h4, bishop f2, bishop takes, king takes, f6 is not forced to take me. Because if you take, that's a mistake because of this move, and then I'm going to have a rook on f8, and I'm going to play knight d7, queen out, and castle queenside. I want to play this move, but I feel like my bishop is really strong. I feel my bishop is really strong. Well, of course, I don't want him to castle queenside, and his king will be safe, so I think I'm not going to I'm not gonna allow that. I'm gonna tell him, come on, get your king here to f2, because he's gonna put the bishop on f2, bishop take, king takes, and f6. If he takes, I can even take with the queen, which is better. To put the knight there and maybe try to castle this way, and the rook and the queen will be adding some trouble on this pawn. He moved the king. That's nuts. Okay, so he moved the king. That's weird. Okay, so knight d7. There are no way to trap my bishop right now, so we're just gonna play knight d7. But we have to be careful. Knight d7, it might be queen b3 to attack the pawn. I can just put the knight there, and then I'm trying to get in. So yeah, I think knight d7 is fine. Knight d7, and then of course we're gonna get back bishop e7, trying to go for the move f6. And yeah, I think the next move here is to play bishop e7, and then try to go for f6. If he did not take me, I'm gonna win a pawn, and if he take me, I will take maybe with the queen or with the knight, trying maybe to castle. Castling is a little bit risky because of some kind of sacrifices, and the rook is looking. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna play f6 after bishop e7. Okay, so now he's trying to, trap my bishop, which I don't. Yeah, I think it's possible. So I'm gonna go back bishop e7. If he played this, I will happily take. If he takes with the pawn, I mean, now it's an isolated pawn here. I'm gonna try to trade off, and then yeah, if he played this, that's just a free pawn. So let me see what he's gonna do. I think he's gonna play knight f3, knight c3, or knight d2 to try to maybe get the rook into the game. But I'm gonna play f6 anyway. But he can push the pawn though. Well, I can just take. Okay, so he played knight d2. I don't think that the knight is going to be very helpful right now, so maybe this is a waste of time. If I played f6, he might go with the move f5. If I take queen takes, and I take like this, there might be this annoying check. So whatever I push, now actually if I push, there's going to be the check right away. So I can't do that. I have to move my queen first. So if this takes, he can go here. So the problem, I cannot move my queen. Shit. If I move my queen to b6, he can push g5, pawn takes. Then I can castle this way, which is exactly what I want. How about f5? He goes en passant. We take knight takes f6. He gives me this check, and I can go to d7. He will push a pawn. I will take. After he takes, I will get the knight active and attack his bishop. The bishop will be captured no matter what. So I can play f5. f5, what if he just takes like this and I take, and after this, yeah, that's just a waste of time, and we just lost the pawn. I want to move my queen so that I can castle. So queen b6, g5, I don't even need to take. Yeah, I think the move is just here. Queen b6, just get the queen out, castle, move the bishop somewhere, get the knight active, and then we can happily play f6 because there will be no check on g6. National master, holy shit. Let's see how it's gonna go. I'm not looking to get that pawn. That's very dumb because maybe if I castled, the king will be defending the pawn. So after I take, okay, so he just look. I mean, come on, bro. I'm not looking at the pawn. I just want to castle, be safe, and then the game will continue. Now I can play f6 happily, and I want to open up the f file against his king. Yeah, now he's moving the knight. I think I'm just going to play f6. If you want to take, I'll take maybe with the knight. I think we need f6 now more than ever. But we have to be careful. Yeah, we have to be very, 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 very careful. Shit. So if he went here, I might just take. If he takes like this, well, I can just play. What is that, bro? So if I take with a pawn, he wants to take with this pawn so that he will be attacking my queen, but I'm going to play bishop c5 to make sure I'm going to get the bishop. And after takes, he might get the queen in, which I can play knight e7 attacking the queen. And if he takes the pawn, I can play rook d g8. And after he moves the queen to the only square which is safe, or maybe, yeah, the only square which is safe, I can play this check. And yeah, I think that's going to be good. So pawn takes. What if he takes with the knight? I think we have to take. He's going to take with a pawn like this to attack my queen, which I'm going to play bishop c5. If he take, I take. He gets the queen here. I can play knight e7 attacking the queen. And after he takes rook d g8 after queen f7, rook takes g4 check. The king cannot go here, so maybe here or here or here. But at least I won my pawn back. I'm going to double up, so he should be scared if he played this, and he took, and he went queen g6. But I don't think he's going to get in here. It's very dumb. And also we're threatening this move for... Okay, now it's a good move, okay. Okay, so we have to move the bishop so that the knight will become a little bit active. We can play rook f8, rook d f8, to try to move the bishop, to get the knight here. We have to be careful. This is not looking good. Okay, so the knight and the rook needs to be playing in the game. We have to move them. If I move the bishop, where am I going to move my bishop? Yeah, it's a little bit bad, you know. So rook f8, queen here. We move the bishop. He takes the pawn, and I play knight here. And now he has only one square to go to. That is, yeah, my position is not good because of this knight and rook. We have to move the knight, but first we have to move the bishop. Bishop f8 looks very bad, but I think we're defending the pawn. We're maintaining control of the diagonal, so bishop here, knight f7. And after knight f7, maybe we cannot push. So bishop here, knight here. Because whenever he pushes, this move he can just go here. So I think rook d f8, moving the bishop back to d8, putting the knight on e7, trying to double up here. Okay, so this move might be good. I think so. Let's go here. This mouse is garbage. Okay, so now I want to play bishop d8, knight e7, so that the knight is a little bit active. Playing rook f7 and rook f8, and then we have to go for something. But I think he has an advantage because of the position is really good for him. Very smart move, c4. Try to open up the lines against my king. So if he takes like this, of course I will not take like this. I'm not a dumb player, so if takes, I'm just going to take like this. Okay, so now I have to... Should I move the bishop, or do I need the bishop? Bishop d8. He's going to play this. That's going to be very bad, I guess. Or should I play c5 myself? Takes, but then he's going to play a rook here. That's bad. And I'm not supposed to take because he's going to take with the knight and also open up this for the bishop. So if he takes, I can just take like this. And we just have to be careful of any kind of attacks on the king. This move c5, he will get a lot of control over the board, but yeah, it's very not good. I want to move the knight. So bishop d8, takes. And he's gonna start going for some pushes. I think bishop d8 is the only thing that I can do right now, because I really need to get the knight out to try to connect the rooks and try to double up and try to do something. If he played c5, I think he's going to be delaying his attack because my pawn is controlling the knight's infiltration. He doesn't have anything. But if he takes, of course I'm not going to take with the pawn. If he takes, I'll take with the e-pawn. But actually that's a little bit... Wait, if takes and he plays e6, I think that's bad because of knight f6. He pushes and I take, and after bishop takes, I just go here and the pawn will be very weak. So I don't think he's supposed to push the pawn to e6 after takes. And if he played c5... Oh, he played this move, trying to attack two pawns at the same time. Okay. We cannot defend the pawn this way. How about playing knight f6? Knight f6, he takes with the pawn. I take with the pawn. His queen will move, but then I don't have time to play this. And if I play knight e7 now, he wants to take this pawn. Okay. So knight e7, queen takes pawn, that's what he wants. I want to give him this pawn, not the e6 pawn. The e6 pawn is controlling the center, and if he takes here, he manages to open up my king. So I need to protect this one. I can protect like this. So knight f6, pawn takes, rook takes. He can just take here. Knight f6. Of course he's not going to take like this because of this move. So knight f6, pawn takes. Pawn takes. Yeah, I need to defend the pawn. I can play c5 to defend the pawn, and if he takes here, then I can play knight e7. Knight e7, yeah. I really need to defend the pawn. But what about c5, pawn takes, and knight takes, here, here, and he actually takes my knight because after queen takes, there might be this check. And we don't have this move because knight takes and also this check. Yeah, my position is really not good. Knight e7, he will take here. What happens after? Now I'll play rook e8. He moves his queen. Then I take here. Oh my god, if he takes with the bishop, I could have this, but no, there's a pawn defending, so I will lose a piece. I think we just have to give away... We have to give away a pawn. Of course, he needs to take this one, not this one. That's retarded. So he takes this pawn. And everything is defended. Okay, so he took here. Okay, now what? We cannot even double up, we can't do shit. Okay, so if I take here, so if he takes, I can just take with the knight. I'm really happy about that. But if I move, he can play this check, which I can happily play this, but then he can take my knight, so I think I just want to run away. Yeah. No, if I run away, I lose the knight, come on. So, do I just go for this? Or should I just play rook g8, trying to go for this push? I think rook here is nice. Let's go rook here. If he takes, I can just take with the knight. Whenever he puts the rook here, we just put a bishop here, because whatever he tries to take, at least the check will be stopped. If he pushed, thank you so much, you just close the position. Okay, he wants to take here. He wants to take with the pawn. After I take with the knight, he's gonna play this. And I cannot move my king because I'll lose the knight. So bishop here, I will lose this knight. So maybe the only move is either take, which is retarded, or queen c7. See, queen c7, he takes this pawn, I take with the knight. And after knight is, after queen takes, knight, pawn takes, rook takes, king takes, and after some kind of a check, I can just go back here and we're good. So I think it's queen here. He might try to get a queen trade. So after queen here, if he wants to take, I take. He wants to take, I take with the knight. So there's nothing. So I think it's the only move, queen c7. Yeah. And now I want to play g6, and if he takes, I take with the rook, attacking him, and also I want to be adding pressure onto the pawn. So I'm just one move away from doing something. And if he tried to get a queen trade, we're not supposed to take, because the knight needs to move, and after the knight move, which he cannot move actually, then I will lose the pawn in with a check. So when he goes here, I don't take, I just play g6, he wants to take, I take, he wants to open up, I take with the knight, and after pawn takes, rook takes, and we're going to try to make a weakness out of this pawn. So this pawn is really weak, especially after the move g6, because I want to take, and if he takes with the rook, we will attack his queen, the queen will be trapped unless he wants to go here, and then we will take and double up. No, the queen cannot go here. I think he's just going to take. But if he takes with the pawn, I take with the knight. I mean, the bishop will be attacked. Oh my god, he cannot actually do that. If pawn takes, knight takes, the bishop moves, there will be a check and I can win the queen. So he needs to be careful. If he wants to close the position, I mean, where is your attack? You just close the position, so that's bad. And I'm going to play like g6, but after g6, there might be bishop takes here. Oh, that's bad. My plan is to go g6, but he's not forced to take. g6, he takes my pawn. I take here. He takes my rook. I play this move. He goes here. I take. No, he cannot. Hold on. g6, bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop takes rook. And I can take here because it's defended by a pawn. And after I go here, I mean, the queen can go back to safety or try to get a queen trade. No, that's impossible. So the queen can go back. Ooh, so after g6, there's bishop takes h6, which is really annoying. I'm really hoping to take, he takes with the pawn, so after knight takes, I would have something here. It is, can he go for g5? No, I think that's bad. Because after g5, I want to go g6, and if he takes, that's going to be with a check. And if g6, of course I'm not supposed to take, because the bishop will become very active. So if g5, this push, he takes, I take with a check. He moves the king somewhere, I attack his queen, the queen needs to move, and then I will win the pawn, but then he will get me here. Wow. Yeah, a lot of pressure. Even though I did not play the variation which is really annoying, he still got to the same position, which is really annoying. Okay, rook f1. He wants to move the knight to trade the rooks. Okay, what can we do? I want to take like this to put a knight here, but after pawn takes, he might take with a pawn. That's something that we don't want. So what do? We can't play g6 because if bishop takes, pawn takes, he will just take me here. I'll take with a check, and then I cannot even take this bishop because it's pinned. Is there a way to trap him, bro? Rook f6. Rook f6, the queen is trapped, but he can take with a pawn. That's the entire problem. We take with a pawn. So only if there's no pawn here, which is impossible to remove right now. What about knight here? If he takes, I attack his queen, he can get a queen trade. And g6, he can just take this pawn. I can go here, he will get a queen trade. Of course, I will not take it. He'll take here, take, but then he can push. I want to play g6 so bad, but after bishop here. So how about just rook e8? He goes here. I play this. He takes a knight take. He push. Oh my god, that's going to be very bad. This move. I don't know. I'm not really thinking. I only have 2 minutes. The only safe square for the queen is to go queen d6. So queen d6. Can I just move my queen? He can attack me. Then I have to go here. He will attack me. And then I have to go back, and after takes. The position is entirely closed. And there's nothing. So we might survive. If he played this here, no. If this and I went here, he can take, because after knight takes, he can just take with the queen, and I cannot take because it's pinned. That's why it's important to go to a5. So after... What is that? See, I can attack the bishop right now. Wait. If I attack the bishop needs to move. If the bishop moved, I can play knight f5, attacking the queen. The queen cannot go for a queen trade. The queen needs to go here, and then I can take the bishop with a check. I think I have an opportunity here. Let's go here. Let's attack the bishop. But then he can move the bishop there. He can move the knight, actually. He can move the knight here. Wait, if he moved the knight here, I can play knight f5. I'm attacking the queen. The queen cannot go for a queen trade, and if he cannot take me, because I can just take with the rook. Hold on, if he moved the knight here, the only safe square is to go here, but then that's going to be a check. That's going to be a fork, and I can win the queen. And now the bishop is hanging. And if the bishop moved, I can play knight f5, attacking the queen. The queen goes here, and I can take his bishop with a check and take the rook. And if he moves the knight, I still have knight f5, because I'm attacking his queen. And the only safe square is to go queen g6, unless he went queen d6. But then I'll just take his bishop. He'll take my queen with a check, and I can take. He moves the knight somewhere, and I can just trade and... Oh my god, I'm hoping that I'm winning this. Or I'm gonna have a chance, maybe. He moved the bishop. He moved the bishop. I have this move, and I can win his rook. Knight here, knight f5. The queen needs to move. It's attacked by the rook. He cannot go for a queen trade. So after knight here, the only safe square is to go here. And then I can play this check, and I can take his rook. And if this and he takes my knight, well, I can just take his queen, and after he takes, I can move the knight, but then I can push the pawn, and I can go here. I think this is the move. I'm attacking his queen. He cannot get a queen trade. If he went... The frick? He took? Okay, he wants to take here, so maybe I have to go there. Let's go here, attacking this pawn, and also attacking the knight in case he moved this knight. And if whenever he pushes, I can go here, and I can put a bishop here, I can create a blockade. I have his queen. That's very good. We're not supposed to take this pawn because we don't want to get f'd here. So this move, e6, is really strong, but I have knight f6. Whenever he tries to support the push of the pawn, I can play bishop here, and a lot of stuff. And this move is really weakening. I mean, now it gives me this square, so I'm really hoping for him to play this. Unless he played f6, takes, but I can just take it. Come on. He cannot take here because I can take with the queen, and all I have to do, I cannot move the king because that's going to be a check, and I'll lose my knight. So maybe bishop e7. Bishop e7. If he played this, I can move, and after takes, or take with the queen. But no, we don't want that to happen. Shit. I'm getting nervous. But he gave away the queen. That's... Okay, so now he wants to move this knight super, super bad. He wants to move the knight. Okay. I think the move is bishop e7. Try to move the king at least. I think it's bishop e7. If he pushed, I can just move my knight, and after takes, so we'll be fine. Because I really think that he wants to move the knight. He wants to move the knight, not to lose his own knight here. And what I want to do, I cannot take here because he wants to take with the knight, and that's gonna have a lot of pressure on me. So if he takes, I can take with the queen. He goes here with the knight, and then I can move my king, and after knight here, I can just take, and after pawn takes. What the freaking hell is that? Okay, so if I take here, if I take this pawn, he wants to take here. Okay, and I can take, but then he wants to play this. Okay, hold on. So if I take, he wants to take here. But I will just move, and after takes, rook takes. But after this, there might be this move. I think I have to take. He wants to take here. Okay. So now if I take, he wants to push this push. Okay. And I cannot play this because now he can double up. How about just pushing the pawn? Let's just push the pawn. I don't know. Oh, he cannot play. He can play this? If he takes, I can take with the knight. But if he tried to double up, he's attacking my knight. Now I can just take his bishop. I think the best move is to take his bishop because the bishop is really strong. He can take my... Oh my... Fucking retard. I fucking hate this stupid game. He can try to double up. We do have a check. We can win a pawn. After some kind of a check, I can try to run away. Man, how dumb am I to try to lose this knight? This is what time does to your brain. Okay, what is this move? I can just attack the stupid knight. But he wants to give this check. And he's stopping me from giving my own check. What if I moved here? What if I moved here? You can give me this check. But I go here. No, we don't want another check. After this check... I fucking hate knights. Knights are stupid. Here, there's going to be another check. The reason... Okay, so with the other knight, okay. How about going here? No more checks. Well, there is this check, and if I take, there might be this check. Then I have to go here. Well, I'm starting to play now b5. You move the knight. Well, you lose this. 20 seconds versus 6 minutes. The good thing, he cannot play this check, but maybe he's gonna go for some kind of a push. If I take, rook takes, this move, check, here, some kind of a check, and he can win my rook. Oh my god, bro, how lucky can he be? And I don't know if he even have a check here on this, which is stupid. Unless if this move and I take him here, he takes, play a check, I can just block. Dude, that's very dumb that he has this move, f6. Why I did not go here? Why did not go king e7? Because if check, I can just take the damn pawn. He has f6. And I'm not thinking what to do after. Because if I take, the rook will take. Can play a check, but then he can just take me, and after I take, might be a check here. Check here. Check. Now I can just take. This is so dumb. If he sacrifices and I take, he gives me this check. I can go here and I'm not losing my queen. Oh, he moved this. So he wants to give me this check. Okay, so if I attacked his knight, the knight can move. Oh, the knight needs to move because now, okay. What the fuck should I do? What? Fuck. He wanted to move the knight. That would be checkmate because I cannot go here. Oh my god, time, man. Time just always gets me. So after knight takes, queen takes, he can defend like this. But then maybe I can push, then he can go here. I can give it another check. So maybe if he went here, I play this here, this check, he moves somewhere and I can take. But then he would have rook e2, and after takes, he can just take my, and I'm losing. He does have this check, but I can go here. He's moving his king. Okay, so if I take, he just wants to... Okay. I cannot even go here, so if I went here, what's gonna happen? I have no clue. Let me play this, attack him. He can give you this check. That's the entire point. I don't know, I'm just panicking right now. If he played this, I can play a check at least. Oh my... Okay, no. I didn't have them. So after this, maybe he moves here, and I can play this check. And he can... If he went here, I can just take him like this. I think I can win the knight if he didn't play this check. But if he played rook c1 check, king e7, and after king e7, there might be this check, and after I go here... well, maybe another check. I can go here, another check, I can take... Check. No, I can just take it. I hate this game. This game is the worst game ever. Really. I'm really hoping for him to go rook d2. At least I'm going to have a check, and after he moves somewhere, I can win the knight for free because he will not have the opportunity to pin me. And then all I have to do is just keep checking him. Keep checking him. Maybe I can get a draw and get 1 point. Because I had the win, but then yeah, the problem, I did not go king e7 to try to stop the 2 pawns from being pushed. Yeah. It's been 40 minutes playing the game. Oh my god. But I mean, even if you play like 15-minute games with plus 10-second increment, even though it's very long, but you learn a lot and you play a lot. So you play one game and you will get super good at chess. Believe me. I only play one game per day, and I put all my effort into it, everything, all my focus. And I'm really hoping for him to go here or here, because no, that's retarded. Come on, check. So maybe this, check. He goes some. Okay, so he played the check. I only have one move. He might play this, but I would have a check. He would. I'm just gonna keep checking the guy. Unless he went here, then I can just attack his rook. He doubles up. And hello checks. I'm not gonna stop checking this guy no matter what. But if he played knight g6, king d7, there might be another check. No, he might just play this, and after some kind of checks, maybe I won't have the opportunity to keep checking him. I don't know. But he needs to be careful, because if the pawn was pushed, then it's a different game. And even if he played rook, okay, what is that? Okay, so he wants to give me this check, which I'm happy to play this, and after takes, I think I'm gonna play this. You're not gonna get this check, and I'm gonna make a queen. He plays this check, I can just take. He cannot stop the pawn unless he went here, which then I attack his rook. The rook moves here. Okay, so now he's trying to do some stuff here. I cannot play this check. This stupid ass knight. I cannot go here. I cannot even attack this. I cannot even give some checks. What should I do? What the fuck should I do? I just panic. I just panic most of the time. Okay, so what is this now? Okay, let's go here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get in with some checks. He does have this check though. But I go here, no more checks for him. Okay, check. For no reason at all. I just want to give some checks. He can go here. Okay, so if I take the... okay, so the knight will be pinned. That's a good thing. He might play this check. Okay. Can I go... Should I go where? Can I go here? Or should I go there? Another check. No, that's going to be mate. Let's just go here. He doesn't have mate. If he played this check, I can run away. If he moved the king... man, this stupid ass knight stopping every check is impossible. How? And I cannot stalemate, I have pawns. Bro, time management is the worst. If he played this, I play a check, he goes back and I go back. If he played this check, I can go here, king d8, and now the rook needs to move. Maybe he takes a pawn, so maybe after this check, king d8. Oh, he takes the pawn. Do I have a check to win his rook? I have a check here. I don't have checks. I don't have stupid checks. And I don't have this one. Bro, this stupid knight, bro. This, I have to, what I'm gonna give it a check? Go here? What is this? So maybe I can pin the knight at least? I don't know, if I pin the knight, what's gonna happen? Let's just pin the knight. This is the dumbest game ever. Check, I go here. How can I be stopped by just a freaking knight? If he takes check here. Bro, this stupid ass knight. Oh my god, bro. The knight is defending everything. Look, how? Bro, this game is stupid as hell. Okay, what if I play this? Here, he can play some... I don't know what the hell am I doing, bro. I was maybe supposed to keep pinning the knight because now after some kind of check, I go here. The most important thing not to end up for the knight. You might play some kind of a check. And I'm not supposed to... Okay, so now he wants to move what? What is this? Bro, this game is fucking nuts. What should I do? Who wants to play this? Bro. Fuck this, bro. I was beating the guy, but I just panicked under time pressure. I mean, I don't know what to do against time pressure, man. So the move here was h5, even though he can play e6, but he allowed me to play it, and I had c5 right away. Yeah, check was bad. Yeah, I needed to go c5. Yeah, bishop a3, try to go here, maybe, I don't know. This move looks... That's a bad move. We had g6, but I thought it's going to be very bad. That was actually fine. Still winning for white, which is dumb. I had to go bishop e6. Well, bishop e6, you're stopping the pawn from being pushed anymore, so creating a blockade, okay. And after takes, we can just take like this. Yes, actually, I was not supposed to take. Oh, a better move is just attack the rook. But, you know. That was the best move. I had to push. King here, and no more checks. After this check, you can just go back and repeat moves maybe. Yeah, that was smart. Yeah, that was a blunder, but you know, I don't know, bro. Queen here was the best move. Oh my god, queen b5. If he moved the knight, that's going to be a check. Yeah, because he wanted to give me this check, which is actually checkmate. But if you move the knight, that's going to be... I'm going to take the knight, and then I'm going to take the pawn. No more check. But yeah, but here I just panicked under time pressure. And the stupid-ass knight, bro. Oh my god. If I just kept this check, I maybe could have keep checking the king, because after I push the pawn, I cannot give any checks there. So maybe check here and try to go there. Oh, because of the check, and he goes here... I do have this check. He goes here, and then maybe I can... Yeah, I don't know, man. I was supposed to take the pawn, but I was like... Bro... Time pressure is the worst thing. Yeah, I mean, the opening was nice, 99.1, the middle game, yeah. Even though everything was fine here in the opening, but I mean, I always play c5 when I play this. I always play c5. I don't know why I played bishop e7 in the Carl Khan. I always play c5, and after takes, or maybe try to play like c5, c3, I play knight c6, and I get out with the queen and castle. Yeah, it was going to be a completely different game if I played c5, which I always do. But I didn't play. For some reason, I didn't play it. And I allowed him to make a lot of pawn moves, a lot of control. Yeah, we definitely learned our lesson. We're back to 2004. But it was a very good game, fun game against the National Master. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.